Alright guys, welcome back to Hyrule Warriors. Last time we met in Hyrule Warriors, we began Linkle's Tale. I believe we did we began Linkle's Tale 2 parts ago, but we did the Twilight Princess mission. No, we didn't. We did the Skyloft mission, and actually we're doing we're moving on to the Ocarina of Time mission, which, takes place right after, Zelda and Impa leave the area, and Darunia and, yeah, this is right after.
The twisted wizard. They returned to their own realm ahead of the others. Ruto and Darunia stayed behind in order to patrol the grounds and keep vigil. But they suddenly found themselves drawn into battle when they were attacked by a new wave of monsters. It was the dragon knight, Volga, who led them. He set his wrath upon Ruto and Darunia.
So I have to ask, why did Volga decide to attack attack the Ocarina, the Water Temple now, just out of nowhere? Was he just that bored? Because, I mean, because he was already taken care of. Because, if I remember correctly, Sia was defeated in the Twilight Princess, era, and really the big Volga wasn't really a threat at all in the timeline split, if I remember correctly. Like, I don't think he was in the timeline split at all. No, Link. I think Link fights him in Skyloft. But Volga is nowhere to be seen after Link defeats him. So what, was he just fucking bored? Was he just like, I'm not doing anything important, I'll just fight these guys? I'm just wondering, like, was Volga just sitting in his apartment or something, beer in hand, got a text from Sia that she was defeated, and he was like, well, I'm bored. I'm gonna go kick Darunia and Ruto's ass for no reason. Hell, I'm pretty sure he's pissed off at the fact that there's a female Link running around. He's like, oh great, there's two of them. Wait until he runs into Toon Link and Young Link. But this mission's actually pretty simple. Really, the main thing you're doing is you're just helping Darunia advance towards Volga. Because for some reason, Darunia, I guess, is doing the thing he did back in the Ganon's Tower mission. Where he said, fuck it, we ball, and ends up getting his ass handed to him. But, yeah, that's really all we're doing. We're just kind of trying to protect him a little bit. I will say that the Sia's Tale, Linkle's Tale, and Wind Waker's campaign sort of take a lot of the inspiration of a lot of like their mission structure from from adventure mode, in all honesty. Like, I've kind of noticed that a little bit, mainly also because, I will say this now, thanks to this Let's Play, my Hyrule Warriors addiction is back, and I have been grinding away at adventure mode for a while now, and I have made a lot of progress in the Master Quest map, because that was the last map I touched before, ending my Hyrule Warriors addiction back in, whenever I did this the original Let's Play. But like, I've been grinding away at the Master Quest map, which is a lot easier than I remember it being. It might also just be because maybe I'm better than I remembered, or maybe the Definitive Edition changed certain things around for the Master Quest map, because I remember having a lot of issues with the Master Quest adventure mode map. And I guess this is kind of a good time to get into adventure mode. I don't think I've ever really done that in the original Let's Play. In the main Let's Play, if I remember correctly. I don't recall. It's been a while since I haven't really sat down and watched those parts ever since I edited them, so I don't know. But basically what adventure mode is basically you're placed in a small map that is reminiscent of the original Legend of Zelda, like the first game, and it's like a grid system, and every spot on the grid is a mission of some sort, and there's a variety of missions for you to do. You know, some of them are pretty standard missions, like take all the keeps or defeat the enemy commanders and then defeat the enemy and then defeat the main enemy. Defeat all the. There's some that are like kill as many enemies as you can before time runs out. There's, you know, kill all the giant bosses before time runs out. Stuff like that. There's a bunch of adventure mode maps that were added as DLC waves came out. And they all have their own gimmicks in some way. The only one that does, the only two that I would say really don't have a gimmick are the regular adventure mode map and the rewards map that you unlock when you finish a gold Skulltula painting. But like every map has its own gimmicks based on the game that it's referencing. Like for example, Wind Waker. There's the Wind Waker map, which is which has a gimmick that's a reference to the Wind Waker, and if I remember correctly, the gimmick is that there's like you have the possibility of doing a gimmick battle if you don't have the right excuse me, if you don't have the right item cards. But adventure mode is essentially really where you're going to be spending a bulk of your time when you're not doing legend mode or free mode. Because there are a lot of rewards that you have to get. Like there's heart containers, secondary other weapons that you can unlock, gold Skulltulas, and even my fairy items that you can use. So yeah, adventure mode is your bulk of your challenge for 100%ing. And trust me when I say this, it will take up your time. Because there's so much shit you have to do in there in order to 100% finish it. I technically finished the original adventure mode map in terms of getting all the weapons, but I still have to get the hard containers and the gold Skulltulas and the fairy clothing. So there is still so much shit to do in there, and there's like, I want to say there's 10 maps, because there's the original adventure mode, there's the Wind Waker, the Master Quest, the Link Between Worlds, the Majora's Mask. I believe there is a Phantom, a Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass one, if I remember correctly. I need to look at the menu again. Hold up, where's my Switch? Oh, I know where my Switch is. It's docked, but there we go. Alright, let me pull the game up. Okay, for some reason my Switch Joy-Cons are not working and it's starting to piss me off a little. There we go. I can't wait for the Switch 2. Okay, so there's the Adventure Mode map, which is the basic one. The Great Sea map, Master Quest, Master Wind Waker, Twilight map, Termina map, Caholant Island. I'm gonna apologize for that. Yeah, I was right. There is a Phantom Hourglass one. And Spirit Tracks, the Grand Travels map, Low Rule, and then there's the rewards map that you get for completing all the gold Skulltulas. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 challenge mode maps that you have unlocked by default, and then the rewards map makes it 10. Yeah, there are 10 adventure mode maps in this game, and they all take a decent chunk of time. Because you have to make sure your warriors are at decent levels to actually go into them, because they all have different difficulty levels. You know, surprisingly, the original adventure mode map is considered the easy one, and then Master Quest is considered normal mode. So, and like the lower you get on the list, the harder it gets, to the point to where it's almost, it's hero mode. And also keep in mind, you still have to get the gold Skulltulas for the rewards map, meaning that you have to play through adventure mode, you have to play through legend mode or free mode again to meet the criteria for the gold Skulltulas. And get any heart containers you might have missed, because in legend mode, your first playthrough, you're limited to certain characters. Especially certain maps like the map where you get the Master Sword, or the final map against Ganon. You're limited to Link in those missions your first playthrough, yet they have heart containers for Zelda or Impa in those maps. And the reason they limited you your first time on your first playthrough is because they want you to experience that map as Link, because the dialogue is written as if you were playing as him and not as, say, Impa or Lana. And that's why free mode exists, is because that way you could play as the other characters that you didn't get to play as in the main adventure mode map, or you could just go to legend mode again and play the map as Zelda or Sheik or whoever you want. Which, one thing I do like, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but if you do go into a legend mode map, and I mean in legend mode, not in free mode, if you go into a legend mode map as Sheik instead of Zelda, the game actually adjusts to that and like has different dialogue, if I remember correctly, where instead of Zelda saying the lines, it's Sheik. Which I don't know why they decided to do all that, but they did it anyway, and I have to applaud them for that. And I kind of noticed that by complete accident. I kind of noticed that when I played through a map after the Zelda and Sheik reveal, and I saw that instead of Zelda talking, it was Sheik. But also the thing is that in legend mode, any map where you can play as Zelda, you can play as Sheik. But after the reveal, the very obvious reveal I've already alluded to. I mean, if you didn't know Zelda was Sheik by the time of the reveal, I really don't know what to tell you. I mean, you probably didn't play Ocarina of Time, which is totally fair. Not a lot of people, nowadays, there are people who've never played Ocarina of Time, and that's very possible. But also, I'm not really spoiling anything from a 30-plus-year-old game. How old is Ocarina of Time? Like, it's almost 30 years old. Or I think it's a little over 30 years. I don't know, and I don't care. But I know it's over 20. But, I don't remember Ocarina of Time's release date. And also, there's also millions of ways to play Ocarina of Time nowadays. There's the original, there's Nintendo Switch Online plus Expansion Pass. You can emulate it off that. Hell, you can emulate Ocarina of Time in general with a good emulator on your PC if you have one. Save Darunia, thank you. And, what was I saying? And there's also the 3DS remake that they did in, whatever year the 3DS remake came out. That's probably the best version, honestly, for me to play. Like, I do like the original, but I do have a few criticisms towards the original that, the 3DS version really fixes. I know. Me criticizing Ocarina of Time, the best game ever made? What the fuck is wrong with me? What was I saying? I don't like the fact that the Ocarina is just an item and isn't like a permanent item, considering how often you have to use it. So it was kind of annoying that, yeah, technically you have 3 slots to use in Ocarina of Time. No, really, you have 2, because you're probably better off just keeping the Ocarina on hand at all times. And then, what do you call it? And also, it kept track of the songs in case you forgot them. Which, knowing my dumb ass, I've forgotten the songs millions of times. I think the only songs I have memorized... I mean, I memorize the songs now, a little bit, to some extent. I mean, the 3DS versions I memorized, but I've memorized the songs because, I played Ocarina of Time a couple times. I know the Song of Time, and I would say I probably know the Saria song and the Sun song. I haven't really memorized the Warp songs because I never really used them. I never used the Warp songs because there's really no point in them. But again, that's just my personal thing there. But besides that, I mean, the 3DS version is, it has a lot of quality of life features that also really help in terms of making Ocarina of Time even better than what it was. They're really slight improvements, but overall it's a better experience. It's unfortunate that they won't port that version to Switch or anything like that, because I don't fucking know. I mean, they could with the Switch too, I guess. And I would also like a port of Metroid 2 Samus Returns. I would really love that. Or Metroid Samus Returns, I guess. But you know what I mean. The 3DS version of Metroid 2. I would really like a port of that in the near future. What am I doing? Yep, there we go. Yep, so the next time you meet in the... I was about to say the Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors. I mean, technically that's right, I guess. But the next time you meet in... Fuck. Hold on. I've been talking too much. Hold on. Let me slow down. Okay. The next time you meet in the... Damn it! The next time we meet in Hyrule Warriors, we're going to be doing the Linkle's Tale for Twilight Princess's map. So see you guys next time, and take care.